The opinions expressed in this video are my own and not those of SMA News Today, its parent company, BioNews, nor any other organization. These videos are intended to spark discussions about issues pertaining to spinal muscular atrophy and are not meant to be professional medical advice. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Morale Monologue. My name is Michael Morale. Okay guys, in today's video, I thought I would give you a little bit of an update regarding my physical therapy. You know, I got sick, really sick, back in August of last year. Came down with a lung infection. Doctors still can't tell me what happened. I got a lot of fluid in my lungs. I lost about anywhere from 30 to 40 pounds. And we don't know what caused it, whether it was viral or a bacterial infection. We just don't know. But I am getting better. My breathing is definitely getting stronger, especially when I'm laying down. You know, facing the reality of this disease has taught me that the days of me staying up in my wheelchair for 12 to 16 hours a day is really not going to be a reality for me anymore. I usually spend about 2 or 3 hours in my chair, but I get really tired and my tailbone and my sciatic nerve are causing me problems. So that's why I'm doing a lot of work from in bed. The CEO of the company that I work for, BioNews Incorporated, got me a laptop, which I'm using right now. And thankfully, it's working out great, and I can continue working my 8 or 10 hour days. I'm just working 2 or 3 hours sitting in my chair and then the other hours in bed. But with the reality of this disease, I know it is a progressive neuromuscular disease. The word progressive meaning I'm going to continue to get worse as I get older. You know, when we started Spinraza, most of you started about the same time I did. I started in September of 2017, and after my second loading dose, I talked to my doctor about taking physical therapy. I was always told before that I couldn't because I would get weaker. But now that I'm on Spinraza, or while I'd been on Spinraza for those loading doses, they decided to go ahead and let me do PT. And like most of you that started PT, I think we had this notion that we were going to get a little bit stronger, maybe in our arms and our hands, our fingers. I was hoping to gain just a little bit more strength so I could feed myself and be maybe a little bit more independent instead of having to rely on others to feed me and to do certain things on a daily basis. Maybe I could regain some of those functions. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened. Now, I do believe there is a lot of hope for those of us that are wanting to get stronger with regards to Scholar Rock's treatment known as apitegromab. It's under FDA approval now. It has been, I'm not going to say fast-tracked, it was given priority review status, which means that we could have an answer from the FDA in the coming months. Like I said in a video a couple of weeks ago, I think it'll be probably between May and July until we hear something, but I do believe it will be passed by the FDA, and soon, maybe by the end of the year, many of us could be on a combination therapy of either apitegromab and Spinraza or apitegromab and the other oral treatment that is being taken. So, like I said, I do think that there is a lot of hope for us. So I've had to change my physical therapy because instead of trying to get stronger right now, we're focusing on keeping my muscles as long as possible and as flexible as possible. Many of us with SMA suffer from, really tight joints, a lot of contractions in our bones and our muscles. And so it keeps us from straightening out. A lot of us can't straighten our legs out all the way due to the atrophy. So that's one of the things that Emily, my physical therapist, and I are working on, is keeping me as flexible as possible. So every other week they transfer me out of my chair to the PT table, and Emily will work on stretching my hips, stretching my legs and my knees. Now, I'm not able to do a lot of what I did regarding the hip flexors, because she can't push down on my leg because it puts pressure on my tailbone. Right now, my biggest enemy is my tailbone and my sciatic nerve. So we're working on that with a pain doctor. They did put me on oxycodone, otherwise known as Oxycontin, and that has helped with the pain in my tailbone, but it won't do anything for the sciatic nerve. That's just something that we may not be able to do very much about. When I was going through PT one day, my physical therapist, Emily, was out on maternity leave. And so I was working with another Emily, and she was working with me on massaging the tailbone, trying to reposition it. And she touched on the nerve in my right glute, and she ended up touching on the sciatic nerve. While she was trying to manipulate it, my leg and foot just went numb. And after more examination, she looked at me and she said, you know, Michael, your tailbone is part of your problem, but a lot of your problem is this sciatic nerve. Now, you know, they say that they can clip nerves or they can deaden nerves, but the problem is if they do deaden the nerve, it only lasts for a couple of weeks. They will not try to clip that nerve because there's too many nerves in the way. So no doctor is going to take that risk. Even though I would agree to it, no doctor will do it. So this may just be something that I have to live with, and that's the reason why I'm spending a lot of time in bed. I'll spend 2 or 3 hours up in my chair, then I have to go to bed, and luckily, as I've said before, the CEO of the company that I work for, BioNews Incorporated, got me a great laptop, so I'm getting used to it, and I'm able to still work 8 or 10 hours a day. I'm just having to spend the majority of my time in bed. So anyway, regarding my physical therapy, we're focusing on stretching those muscles to keep them as long as possible, because when apitegromab gets approved, okay, I started to say if it gets approved, but I really do think it will be approved. So when it gets approved, when I start on the combination therapy between Spinraza and apitegromab, apitegromab will work by addressing the latent form of myostatin in our body, and the myostatin is what's keeping us from gaining muscle mass and muscle strength. So I'm hopeful that I might be able to regain some of the strength. These dreams that I had when I started physical therapy back in 2017 may become fruition here in the next year or so. We don't know. I'm hopeful and I'm prayerful. But whether or not it happens, we won't know. But I'm thinking we stand a much better chance at it because we'll have one targeted therapy on muscle, being apitegromab, and one cellular therapy, which is going to be the Spinraza. Or if you're taking the oral form of it, oral form of the same type of treatment known as Evrysdi. So anyway, my PT has changed. Luckily, Emily is a fantastic physical therapist. I trust her and the other physical therapists with my life, because without physical therapy, I guarantee you, I would be much worse than I am right now. So if you're not taking physical therapy, talk to your doctors about maybe doing some PT to get your muscles stretched out to be as flexible as you can, because I guarantee you it's going to help you in the long run. I feel better. Even when I'm sitting in my chair and my sciatic nerve isn't giving me problems, I feel better because my muscles are looser. I can move more freely without being in as much pain as I used to be when my muscles were very tight and rigid. So if you're not taking PT, talk to your doctors. See if they'll let you do it. Some of them will, some of them won't. I guess it just depends on your doctor. But if you are taking physical therapy, make sure that you talk to your PTs about keeping your muscles stretched out. I do needle therapy, which is called dry needling. It's great. If you're scared of needles, try it because it really does not hurt at all. Another thing that Emily works on me with is cupping, where she'll do suction cups on my shoulders and my neck, That keeps me loose, keeps my neck from and shoulders from getting all that tension. So there's a lot of things that your physical therapist can do to relieve pain and to relieve muscle tightness and soreness. So please take a little time out of your day, talk to your doctors, see if they'll let you take PT. And if you're taking PT, talk to your physical therapist and let them know that you want to try to keep your muscles, especially in your neck and shoulders and back, as loose as possible, because it's going to benefit you in the long run. All right? So I hope you got something out of this video that you can use. Those of us at SMA, we work every day diligently to try to bring you information that you can use, and we hope and pray that the information that we're giving you is something that you and your families can use to make your life better. We at SMA News Today hope all of you have had a fantastic day. If you enjoyed our videos, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the SMA News Today YouTube channel as well. The more you subscribe and comment and share our videos, YouTube will change the algorithm to make our videos available to a wider audience, and that would benefit us a great deal. So again, we hope that you've had a great day. Do me a favor this upcoming week. Do something for yourself that's going to make you a better person. Until next time, take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.